about your location.
Yeah, we are based in Colombo 10, and we go as Remax Infinity.
Okay, and how many agents do you currently have?
Yeah, we currently have 9 agents.
And how many agents do you plan on having, say, by the end of this year or by 2020?
By 2020, we hope to have probably yes.
All right, and why did you choose Remax?
I chose Remax because Remax is the world's #1 brand for real estate, and they have the tools and systems for us to grow. And Sri Lanka is not a saturated market, so I chose Remax to revolutionize the industry here.
We are not like the others, and neither are you. We started a revolution. They called us renegades, on a mission to help the nation's top producers get to the top, not just get by.
Change is in the air. Introducing the new Remax brand family, engineered for today's Remax agents, buyers, and sellers.
Tell us a bit about your location.
Location is Colombo 5. It's more of the Tibrigasaya, Java, that area.
And how many agents do you currently have?
We have a 6 now.
And how many do you plan on having by the end of either 2018 or 2020?
By 2020, we should be having at least 25.
And why did you choose Remax?
Well, they invited us, and then we looked into their websites, and they were very, very strong, and we wanted professionalism.
We're not just bragging when we say our brand can do big things for your career. Our brand is pervasive, reminding buyers and sellers that Remax agents are different, and it empowers them to be thought of and chosen more often so they can get more done.
Tell us a bit about your location.
Oh, we are in Jaffna. We are the first office in Jaffna, which is north. So Remax is new there, so.
And how many agents do you currently have?
We have 18. We are only 3 months old.
Oh, okay. And how many do you plan on having by the end of this year or maybe by the end of 2020?
2020, you could imagine maybe 100. 3 months, almost 18. So I could promise 2020 I will have 100 of them.
And why should agents choose your brokerage?
Remax, one of the top brand, and we have very, very good model, which is North American, because my background, even though I'm a Sri Lankan, but I'm from Canada, so like I love the model, how the Remax work. So always I wanted to implement that here because it's chaos market here. So I think it's definitely people already loving it. For last 3 months, we were so scared to open Remax there, but now we are killing it.
And why did you choose Remax?
Oh, because I have 2 businesses in Toronto, nothing to do with real estate. So I want to do something back in Sri Lanka. 2013 I came here, but I am not successful on opening whatever I wanted to. Then Sujan Shan is my best friend. I was here when they was opening the Remax in Sri Lanka. That day I decided I wanted to have Jaffna. So it took me a little while, but yes, I love the model, so I wanted to implement. I love Remax. I'm here.
Everything we do is for the sake of our agents' productivity.
It's no shock that when it comes to quality, we attract the best. Check out the numbers. Now you know why more buyers and sellers would recommend Remax than any other real estate brand. It's high caliber here. The sky's the limit.
Want your business to boom? The Remax network is in over 100 countries and territories.
Can you give us your insight on the current market?
Yeah, there's a lot of big brands coming in, like Sheraton, Hyatt, Grand Hyatt, the Movenpick, a whole lot of Ritz-Carlton, not to forget Ritz-Carlton, and Shangri-La Hotels doing their 3rd development, and many more brands yet in the pipeline. There's a lot of potential for new developments behind those.
Can you tell us a bit about the benefits of owning a Remax franchise?
See, the concept of franchising is very relatively new for Sri Lanka, but I think it's a world over tried and tested thing. It gives individuals the opportunity of setting up your own business and developing it where the potential is entirely limited by you, point one. The second thing is, in this game, in real estate, it's about buying and selling. So agency is important, which means that your cost structure has to be very lean. So when you own a franchise, you work around agents where you employ them, they sell or buy, they get a commission. But you don't have a permanent cost structure, so that's another very useful thing. And the third thing is, for a franchise owner, he or she can decide to what extent they want to go, depending on whether they're working full-time or part-time. What they put in, they get out. So it's not like a permanent job. You can control your own destiny. So I think that's a very interesting concept as a franchise model. And franchise for real estate, as what is REMAX is, I think is a very appropriate thing given the nature of the real estate market. So I think it's a very good thing for Sri Lanka. I'm not here to endorse REMAX, but all I can say is if you look at North America and Canada, the brands like Century 21 and REMAX are household names there. So bringing in a best-in-class North American, Canadian-centric brand to Sri Lanka, it's probably maybe 3-4 years ahead of its time. But I think it, as Sri Lanka is today looking at new opportunities after this 30-year-old conflict, bringing international names like this here is a great opportunity.
So can you tell us your opinion or what you think it is vital to become a young, successful entrepreneur here in Sri Lanka?
Well, entrepreneurs are a very key aspect of any economy. If you're to have a thriving economy, I think we need to nurture and develop many entrepreneurs as much as possible. Our chamber, it's referred to as COIL. We are the Chamber of Young Lankan Entrepreneurs. We promote entrepreneurship in the country, and we are a brotherhood of business owners, and we sit together and discuss various industry-specific issues and lobby with the government to make sure that the entrepreneur's interest is always protected. Your question is what would an entrepreneur would want to, or how would an entrepreneur be successful in the local environment? Sri Lanka is a very unique environment because politically we are always we are not stable as such. We have so many changes. So as an entrepreneur, being resilient is one important aspect, I would say. And you need to identify whenever you find an opportunity, you should be able to identify that opportunity and then work hard on it. There is no say A to Z thing saying tick these boxes and you're an entrepreneur. I think it's a gut feeling thing. But I think Sri Lankans are generally resilient people, and given the opportunity, they turn out to become good entrepreneurs, I feel.
Can you give us some insight on your book?
Well, the book is it's called Effective Marketing of High-Rise Condominiums in a Middle-Income Country, and this was part of my DBA thesis that I did a couple of years ago, and I published this through Lambert Publishing, and it's available on Amazon for $79.
So what were the situations that made you write your book?
Well, it was the experience that I went through. I was CEO of a company that built 3 high-rise luxury condominiums, and we pre-sold every single one of those condominiums. So there was a lot of learning that I had within me, which I've put down on paper now. And that is a contribution towards the industry. So any developer could purchase this book and kind of follow the model, and there's also a practitioner's guide that I've developed, which can be followed line by line for a developer without reinventing the wheel.
And that's a wrap. We just finished the REMAX Annual Convention 2018, where we saw all the brand new opportunities for real estate right here in Sri Lanka. That's it for me. My name is Kaylin Marcellus. You can catch me again on another episode of High Events.
young, maverick, entrepreneur, was not afraid to go against the status quo. Dennis was our first franchisee. He took the RE/MAX concept to Kansas City, November of 1975. We weren't considering selling franchises at the time. The Dennis call, that kind of planted the seed.
I flew out to Denver to meet Dave Lineker. He walked in, introduced himself. Here he is, a young man, long hair, with a beautiful lady, and I thought, I've just wasted 50% of my net worth. But within a car ride, he totally changed that, and I wanted to become part of what he was.
He was the first success story outside of Denver that gave us the credibility that it wasn't just a unique market in Denver, it also worked in Kansas City. His faith and confidence in what we had done and him actually replicating our success had a tremendous impact on hundreds of potential franchise purchasers. He gave us the momentum then to be a franchisor. He's been a wonderful supporter of the entire network, a mentor to hundreds of broker owners, has expanded quite successfully in several regions. He's a man of his word, and if he says he's going to do something, he does it. All it takes is a handshake. When you find people like that, and you're still working with them 40-some years later, it's pretty amazing. Frank and Walter were a unique partnership, a very hard-charging, youthful, enthusiastic real estate agent, and Frank, the elder statesman, perhaps of the industry already, with years of experience. I flew up to see them. God, it was cold. It was the middle of the winter, and they showed me their books.
He said, Frank, you're broke. I said, we'll make it work.
Obviously, Frank was a great salesman. I went back out to the airport to fly home, and I called my partners and said, I think I just made a huge mistake. And as it turned out, it was the single best decision that I've made in the company's history.
If an accountant would have made his decision to sell us the franchise, we wouldn't be here today.
They were a driving force behind RE/MAX becoming #1 in Canada in less than 6 years. They also bought several regions in the United States, and then eventually, over 20 years ago, decided to take the RE/MAX concept to Europe. So Frank and Walter contribute approximately 38,000 of the RE/MAX agents in the system. It takes a lot of courage to be a pioneer. Every franchisee gambled their fortune, their money, and their future, and put everything on the line to try to make a better environment for top producing agents to have a much better standard of living. The Founders Award is a recognition for a lifetime commitment to building the RE/MAX network for the benefits of the agents.
Together, we've created the #1 name in real estate. A brand that sets new standards of excellence, one agent at a time. Always staying one step ahead of the market, consumer trends, and the competition. And RE/MAX,